are making our fried rice. Now, the first thing that we're going to need to do is what we're going to make today is, I'm going to make shrimp fried rice, but you can use whatever meat you want. But if you've ever been to Benihana or a restaurant similar to that, they make their famous garlic butter. And so that's what we're going to do. So the first thing that I have here is I have some butter that I've softened to room temperature. The next thing that I have garlic, and this is minced garlic. Now I also have some in here that I'm gonna finish this off and then add it to that. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw this garlic in here, just our minced garlic. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful week out there. Does anybody have anything exciting planned for the weekend? Please comment down below if anybody's doing anything fun. I might steal your idea. Okay, so we have our garlic. We're gonna throw in some soy sauce. Now I like to use the low sodium soy sauce, but if you have normal sodium soy sauce, you can use that. But just be mindful when you start to add your other seasonings in that soy sauce tends to be pretty salty. Whoop. I have a fresh lemon. If you don't have fresh lemon, use lemon juice. If you don't have a juicer, that's okay. Just squeeze the lemon and squeeze the juice in that way. Okay. Be careful not to pour in the seeds. If you do, no biggie, just scoop them out. I threw one in there. Pretty simple to get it out. Just mix all the ingredients together. And you might find that if you use a mixer, that this will go easier for you. I think I'm going to grab my mixer. The last thing that you want to throw in is just some parsley flakes. They're not going to add a lot of flavor, but they're really pretty. If you don't have dried parsley flakes, just use fresh parsley if you like. No biggie. We're not going to overcomplicate things, guys. Use what you have. You hear me say that all the time. Okay, so what I like to do while I'm cooking, or before I start the cooking process for my fried rice, or if I'm doing hibachi at home, I always like to get my vegetables ready so that once I'm cooking, I can just continue to roll on. So I'm going to cut up these green onions. Now you can use as much or as little as you like, or if you don't like them, you can omit them from the recipe. Because I'm going to do green onions, and I'm also going to do some white onions as well. And these are pretty much chopped already, but I'm just going to cut a few of the pieces up a little bit more. And the same with the white or the yellow onion, whichever you prefer. Just use as much or as little as what you like, okay? I have some carrots, just some chopped carrots, and you don't have to use that, but I'm going to throw a few in there. They're already packaged, but I do like to rinse them off. Eggs, and I'm just going to crack these when I get ready to use them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. It is hot, And if you don't have a griddle like this, don't worry about it. Use a skillet if that's what you have. Now, what I have here is some rice that I have already cooked. Guys, the key to proper fried rice is that you want to make sure that you have cooked the rice ahead of time. So there's a couple of ways that you can do it. You can cook it, make sure you get rid of the starch that's on it. If you don't know how to do that, make sure that you go back to, I have a video, I'll link it in the description box. I can't remember which video it is that I did rice on, the way that I do my rice. But anyway, you want to make sure that you get rid of the starch so that it's not a sticky, clumpy, mushy mess. The way that you can do it is you can cook it maybe 2 or 3 days in advance of when you're going to be using it. And that way the rice starts to dehydrate itself. The other thing that you can do is if you're wanting it in a hurry, or, you know, maybe that same day, let me turn this down because it's starting to smoke a little bit. You can, once you cook the rice, you can stick it in the refrigerator uncovered and it'll start to dehydrate. The other way that I've done it, which I find really effective, is I will put it on a baking dish and stick it in the oven. If you guys are want to dehydrate it, if you guys are wanting those directions on how to do that, let me know and I'll link that in the bottom as well. Okay, so here goes nothing. We're going to put our rice on here. We just have it over off to the side a little bit. Now we have our shrimp. Like I said, I am making shrimp fried rice today. So we're going to put this over here. I like to go ahead and cook mine in the garlic butter that I'm going to be using. And you guys remember the beautiful garlic butter that we made. We'll go ahead and stick that on there. Go ahead and get this cooking. I know that when you go to these hibachi restaurants, they really have, you know, an order that they like to cook it in. But you can cook it the way you want to cook it. I don't know that it makes that much of a difference. I love garlic butter, so I'm going to throw some over in my rice too. These are our beautiful veggies. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here as well. Cook them all together. Well, it really depends on the level of doneness that you want. Obviously, if it's something that you want more done, that's what you're going to cook the longest. Now, I have some beautiful sesame oil. And sesame oil is going to be your ticket to this tasting like it does if you go to a restaurant. Okay? Oh, it smells so good. And guys, as always, I appreciate you watching. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do that. Make sure you click share. And please, please, please subscribe and click that bell notification. That way, whenever I upload a video, you'll know. You'll be amongst the first to know. Okay? Soy sauce. I'm not being super pretty with it because it's for me. And it can be as pretty or as ugly as I want it to be. I have some beautiful eggs, like I said before, that I'm going to put in it. If you don't like eggs, then you don't have to worry about it. And don't worry about it when you cook your rice. If you dehydrate it or you stick it in the refrigerator, remember you're putting moisture back in, so don't worry about it, okay? You're going to put that moisture back in with the oil and with the soy sauce. And the garlic butter, of course. And you're just going to cook this to the level of doneness that you like. I'm going to make sure that I link the directions on the screen for how long I'm going to cook it. But you cook it to, you know, the way you like it. Guys, you can make this with chicken. You can make it with, you know, beef. You can make it with whatever meat you want to put in it. Or if you want it meatless and you just want to load up on veggies, you can do that too. Have some fun with this video, with this recipe, guys. Okay, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go ahead and make some room for my eggs. I'm not going to do any fancy Benihana, what is it, volcanoes with the onions. And then whatever they do with the eggs. I'm not going to catch the egg in my hat. Some black pepper. A little bit of salt. Guys, whatever you do, well, unless you like brown eggs, it's not necessary to fry the eggs until they're brown and dark and not very tasty looking. Don't you hate when people cook breakfast for you and the eggs are so dang on brown, they look like little bitty. I'm like 2 Chainz, y'all. I got garlic butter issues. Garlic butter issues. Woo! Guys, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Simple, easy Chinese rice or shrimp fried rice. Doesn't take long at all to make it. It tastes like what you would buy in a restaurant for a whole lot cheaper. So, as always, thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, click share, and make sure, guys, that you set the bell notification so that the next time I upload, you'll be amongst the first to know. Bye now. Oh my God, that's so good. That is really, really good, guys. And it didn't take long at all to make.